We're going to saw the butt of a electric pole that is treated. I'm going to try to cut it up into maybe 4x5s or something like that, for see if I can use it for posts. This is my Harbor Freight saw. I need to get the log up on there, so I'm going to use my Ford 2N, and when it hasn't run for a while, I have a ritual of starting it. Neutral. Turn the gas on. Dribbles a little bit if you leave the gas off or it goes into the carburetor. And so with gas at $4.50 a gallon, I try to not waste any. I have trouble when I started with if I don't have a few seconds of starting fluid in the carburetor or in the manifold, the little button or a little opening. Doesn't want to start right away. So, the 3-point pitch has a drawbar in it right now, so I'll take that out. So this hooks on pretty easy, light. One pin. Pin 2. What I'm working on is these pieces of electric poles I've taken out, and some of them are tops. They're not quite as good, but the bottoms are quite heavily treated. So now all I have to do is hook the top link up. There. Now I got to get a chain for the back of this. I got that over by the sawmill. My Super C got the other backside tire went flat, kind of wore out, so I booted it and patched the tube, put it on, and of course I pinched the tube on I was putting it on, so I got to take it off again and do it all over. Well, let's see if we can lift this thing up. So, pretty heavy. This thing is supposed to lift about 700 pounds. If I take it with the this one, the tip a little bit heavier. I still have room to put it down there. So what I'm going to use is the old farm log tong thing. Yeah, hook it through there. Let's see if that'll lift it, shall we? I don't have a balance in the middle, but let's see what we get. The lift went down a little bit. Quite a heavy creosote in there. Oh, I got to raise it up just a little bit. Now let's let it down just a little. I have to raise the dogs that hold it in place. Now I'll get the tractor out of the way. quite a bit bigger at the base than at the top, maybe an inch or two, so it'll be cut off in slabs. The first thing I did was, well, that one went down, didn't have it tight enough. Anyway, I looked to see that there's no metal in, because these could have metal in them. I'm using a blade that I was going to replace pretty quick, so it's a good one to use on here, as if I do hit something, I won't feel quite so guilty about putting a brand new blade in. This is to tighten the log in so it won't move. I have two of those. One up here. That one came with the mill, and this one I made out of pipes. Pipe fittings and gate hardware. I'm going to take some pretty healthy slabs off of this, because I want to use the slabs for treated wood something or other. Then my goal is to actually cut some, something like 4x6s or something like that out of there. Use them for treated posts, for like little bitty for lean-tos and pole shed things, out of curiosity, and see what I can do. That end is a little frayed, but it's actually pretty sound anyway. At the treated end, I don't know how the blade will go through these treated things, but should be interesting. Now I get the gas for the saw and everything. Well, we'll get the saw ready to saw up. The first thing, I'm going to spray a little bit of penetrating oil on the rubbing blocks here. Where the blade goes through the roller bearing. Check the oil. Plug with a dipstick on it. Be interesting to see how that cuts in that creosoted wood. And if I hit any pieces of metal or anything. So let's see. We've set it about the right height. Turned on. was way too big. It also went down, so it wasn't cutting straight. The side of my blade is dull. Yeah, I took off more than I needed to. What? That's okay. That doesn't really need to be hooked down. see how thick it is. 8 inches. I suppose I should check at both ends. So what I want to do is I want to make it, split that in half so it's 4 inches. It's 8, 4 inches, and then split those in half so I have some, probably about 4 by 4. So I should have cut one of the other sides so I could set them evenly, because now I want to split them the other way, and now I don't have a nice base to set them on, so they won't come out very good. Oh well, the next one I do. Oh, well, I haven't run into any metal and they cut pretty good. Boy, they're still heavy pieces though. tapered pretty much, so I'm going to take a small cut off the first time. Major taper. About 4 inches on one end and none on the other. So I'm going to flip it over and take off a couple of, well, they're only about 4-inch pieces. That's okay. Should have made it a little wider. I took the first slab was too big. Wonder how square it is. It doesn't look too bad. A little bit tilted. This one came loose. I got to do my clamp, U-clamp where it hooks to the frame is loose, and so the dog won't tighten up. So, well, we got it. Gonna cut cut off one strand, make a flat cut, and then we'll split what's left. What we have left. Let's see here. I cut it in half, I'll have a 4 by 5. Think it's all right? Eyeballed it, and I see I got one of it's more like 4 by 4, the other might be 6 by 4, but that's all right. Gotta get my gloves on here. It actually sawed pretty good. No looks sound inside. I think it'll make some pretty good, I believe it's about 10, maybe 12 foot. chubby stuff. Wet inside. I imagine it's treated pine. Pretty good. A little bit narrow in the center, which I think is due to dull blade, or maybe my mill is a little bit not leveled yet. Looks pretty good though. So I got one more to do, but I'm going to take a break. That one will give me 2 more of these 5x4s if I'm a little more careful. If I hadn't taken so much the first time, I could have had 2 5x5s. I think that's pretty good stuff. I got about maybe 6 or 8 more of those. I stepped that off. Those are about 13 foot long, that piece there. Where I'm going to use it is possibly to extend my sawmill shed, or working on another shed over here, and I'm going to come out one more 8-foot section towards me here. I did that part last year, but those 4x5, 6s or whatever, the treated ones are expensive, $50, $60, so I thought, well, I'll use my own here. So I'm going to go over here and show you what I got left. This might have been the longest one that I had in there. 13 feet is longer. Might be okay for the middle. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7 left of these. Some of them are the top part, and so they're sound, but they aren't treated like the bottom. I think I've got 2 more bottom pieces, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 tops. So I'll be sawing those up for something. Got them free, so that's a pretty good deal. So that's a garden that I planted behind the Leyland here, which is ailing at the moment. Is a row where those posts are. 2 rows of Indian corn hills, made it so I can cultivate it sideways too, and then a gap, and then a row of popcorn, and then a row of sweet corn. Now I'll put some more, but over there are some black walnuts, and if I get much closer in the middle, it doesn't grow because the black walnuts are, they poison the ground sort of. I was using this old disc. Problem with the Leyland here is fuel, and so the fuel line is fuel thing is dripping, so I got a new part for it. I'm putting a bucket under there right now, dripping slowly. Anyway, then after I put the new tank then I have to prime it all the way through, and then it can start. But anyway, so that's the garden. I actually did use the Ford, and I did multiple passes with the disc and with the old harrow. That actually worked pretty good. It digs up the sod and pulls the quack out.